Okay, so we are going to revisit the issue that I had on one of my last videos when I installed the Apex trigger pretty much without the kit. And the reason I installed the Apex trigger without the kit is because this was an extra trigger that came with the kit that I purchased. The actual entire kit was installed on this one, and this one's working just fine. So the issue that I'm having with this particular trigger is because I did not install the kit, the trigger bar is not hitting the actuator, therefore releasing the shear, and thus for releasing this striker. So I contacted Apex, and they pretty much told me that you cannot install the trigger without the kit. The trigger will not work without the kit. So basically this trigger right here is useless to me because it won't work without the kit. So I thought about it, and I'm going to attempt something that may work or may not work to file down this section of the trigger, which will give it a tad bit, maybe 1/8 of an inch of pull, of additional pull towards the back, and that may allow the trigger bar to make contact with the shear, with the actuator. So let me just give you a quick example of what the difference is. On this frame, you can see that the actuator is being struck by the trigger pin. This is the Apex actuator, and it is slightly longer in this area right here where the trigger bar can make contact. So that's why you need the actuator to work with the Apex trigger. So I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna attempt, and this one is a polymer trigger. I can shave some of this off. Of course, you wouldn't want to try that on aluminum. We'll try that out. If it works, great. If it doesn't, no big deal. I already got the actual kit that I paid the fair price for it. It just came with an extra trigger to install it on the other pistol. So if I need to, I'll order another kit and install it on this one. So without any further ado, I'll go ahead and pause the video at this point, and then I will do the shaving with some sandpaper. I wish I had my Dremel, but I can't find my Dremel. I think I left it at my brother's workshop. So let's go ahead and see if it works. Okay, so we are back. It took me a long time to kind of brainstorm this and figure out how I can do it. So cutting off this section didn't do anything. Okay, so then I had to figure out how to get the trigger bar to hit the actuator. So what I did was, with 2 pair of pliers holding the actuator, I bent this, tested it, bent it, tested it, bent it, tested it, and finally I got to the point where it actually hits the actuator, but it's off to the side. So one of the times that I did test it with the slide, it did fire, but you can see right there, because I bent it so much, I guess it doesn't hit it. So it pretty much was a failure. The only other thing that I could try is bending the trigger bar a little bit more that way, which is a possibility, and that's what I'm going to try next. So let's go ahead and see that. I know this is a lot of monkeying around, but let's just see if we can get this to work. Okay, so I bent it right in this. Oh, sorry, let me move it up a bit. So I bent it pretty much in this area just a little bit, and it seems to have worked where it now hits it. The only issue that I'm having is whether or not it's dropping down enough on the shear to let the striker go forward. But it looks like I may have figured it out. It's going to take some testing, but looks like it might have worked. I have to keep taking apart the slide because the striker gets caught here, but of course when we test fire it, that's probably going to be the end result. But right now I'm going to go ahead and put the slide in. I put the slide together, I'm sorry, and then we'll put the slide on top, and then we'll see how it turns out. Okay, cross our fingers. Now let's see if we can take it apart. Yeah, see, that's going to be the issue right there. Let me move the disconnect. See if that does make a difference. Yep. All right, I think we are good. Let me add the pins to the front and back, and then I think we solved the issue. In the process of messing with this, I lost a trigger spring, but the good thing is that I had a second one, so it's all good. Uh-oh. Now we have some other issues. I don't know if that bent part is causing it to not cycle. I mean, it just worked right now. Well, now we got some other issues. Let me take a look at it. All right, so I kind of fixed the issue. When I was bending this was actually somewhat higher, and I'm not quite sure what area of the slide it was catching on, but it was catching on the slide. The slide wouldn't go all the way back. But I think at this point, I'm either getting frustrated and tired of working on this, but I think I've resolved it. Resets, fires, resets. You don't hear the click though, but we'll find out till we take it out to the range. So kind of solved the problem. It wasn't so much removing this area here. It wasn't so much removing this area here, but bending the shear actuator forward so that it does actually get pushed by the trigger bar. So that pretty much fixed the issue. Thank you for watching. Please comment, tell me what you guys think, Tell me if you're tell me if you think I'm nuts and so forth. But I got it to work. Just looking at it, seeing what needed to be, what action needed to be done, and I figured it out. It's a range gun. It's not a defensive pistol, so we'll figure it out when we take it out to the range next time, and I'll do a separate video of that, of course. Thank you for watching. Take care. Please make any comments, questions, so forth. Anything you'd like to say, I'd really appreciate it. Thank you for your time. Take care and be safe.